As we start with a live look outside to start your Monday, the snow is coming down. It has been coming down all night long. We have had you covered all morning long. And I have to tell you once again, if you don't have to go outside, don't do it. It is nasty outside. It is 6:30. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Perhaps you have the day off, and we want to thank you for being with us here on Go. Matt Wintz is with us this morning. Holly Strano, of course, here covering this winter storm as it is still moving through this morning.
Yeah, guys, it's been impressive. And that band that Holly and I were talking about this morning, now moving through the greater Cleveland area. So you saw in that live cam, things have really ramped up, and so have some of the snowfall totals. I've got those for you in a little bit.
Yeah, and Matt is a radar expert, so he's going to be breaking it all down. And these totals, I mean, we were just talking, they are impressive. Ooh. All right, well, let's get to what's happening right now, and we'll give you an overview. And the vast majority of you are still seeing a very steady snow. It's a heavy snow from Lorain County into Cuyahoga County now. Our west and east suburbs are still seeing some very heavy snow into Lake County. Then we've got this other band that extends from Ashtabula Lakeshore clear on through parts of northern Trumbull County and then further inland in Carroll County. So again, Matt will have more and break that down for you. Temperatures in the 20s. Seasonal, but it's windy as all heck, and we've got wind chills in the single digits to low teens. That'll be the case through the day. Eye alert is up at the bottom of the screen. There is no school today, but we still have things like daycares and those kinds of events that are closed because of the obvious. So alphabetically by county is how those are scrolling for your convenience. As you're walking by the TV with your cup of coffee, maybe, make a little mental note of those. And then over the next few hours, we're not done with this snow, and we're going to continue to deal with the system snow before we start to see an improvement as far as that goes. But then we're going to replace it with some lake enhanced and lake effect snow. That will spell out our afternoon. So temperatures steady in the 20s. Those wind chills will remain constant in the single digits and teens today. And we will be dealing with the lake effect and additional accumulation in spots from that as a result. And we've been saying how we are literally, Matt is from break to break updating snow totals as they continue to come in. And it's been a challenge in itself just to do that because this snow is falling at such a fast rate. So again, here on radar, we've got some very heavy snow. We do see the back edge of the system, but then we're quickly going to be replacing that with the lake effects. The other thing to make note of is we still have a winter storm warning in place for the vast majority of you. That goes until 4 o'clock today, unless the Weather Service decides to let it expire a little bit early. Don't know if that'll be the case though, Matt, with this lake effect that we're adding into it and still several hours of just system snow itself.
Yeah, Holly, you're absolutely right. In fact, I was just talking with Matt Bruning of ODOT, and he was saying they have 1,000 crews out. They've been out since yesterday afternoon. If the snow does not wind down, which it's not going to for about another hour or two, at least this heaviest band, we're not going to see improvement on area roadways. ODOT cannot they just can't keep up with it. So live look, I want to talk traffic briefly. It's messy outside. We know that. In these cameras, we've got about 10 inches on the ground downtown. Elyria dealing with about 9 as of right now. That's a sad looking 9. Over in Madison, we're talking about 16 inches of snow on the ground. So there are some serious amounts of snow. It's not impressive that we have 16 inches on the ground. It's impressive that we got it in 12 hours. So we averaged over an inch an hour. It is so hard for the atmosphere to do that. And we certainly did that and then some last night, especially across a good portion of Lake, Geauga, Ashtabula, even Stark County, checking in with some higher totals. So where do we go from here? We've got the heavier snow now. You notice how it's kind of wrapping around. This is the back edge of the snow. In terms of radar, well, we're dealing with this heavier snow band now pushing into Cuyahoga County. This is one we've been tracking all morning on the back edge of it. It's coming down real good once again. Another burst down towards the Massillon area. In Carrollton, you have over 9 inches of snow way down to the south. You're dealing with more heavy snow now. So we've got a few more hours of this heavier snow band from the system itself before that moves on out. And then we'll deal with, as Holly mentioned, some of that lake effect snow. One thing you'll notice is that the snow will turn fluffier this morning. We had the heavier wet snow initially. It's turned fluffier as we get colder. And one of the things that really ramped up the snow last night was this section right here. That's called the trowel, right on the edge of that. That is where we cranked out some efficient snowfall rates overnight. overnight. If you're just joining us, that's what happened last night as expected. Snowfall from here, well, you can see the updated model changing those numbers there. We are going to deal with more lake effects, so most places maybe an inch or two more. You get into the snow belt. That includes areas of Summit and Portage County as well. We could easily see several more inches of snow, pushing our totals over 20 in spots. Lindsey Buckingham is still out in Twinsburg this morning. She's been keeping an eye on conditions out in that area. Lindsey, how are things looking now? You're getting into some of that heavier snow moving back in.
Hey, good morning to you. Absolutely. It's really starting to blow. And here's the deal with the blowing snow. You're going to have these big drifts in parking lots. We're dealing with about 3 or 4 cars right now stuck off of Route 82 in this gas station parking lot. Some of those motorists, they actually work here. So they parked here last night. The snow piled up. They had trouble getting out. Others just trying to gas up. They're getting stuck as they try to make their way down the driveway. Here's the deal, though. If you're on the roads, if you absolutely have to travel, watch out for those unplowed driveways because you might get stuck like you're seeing right now. We actually did call Twinsburg police because there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars stuck. They're on their way trying to help these guys out. The one thing that's nice is we've seen some other motorists trying to help out with their shovels and things, dig around the tires. But again, blustery conditions, blowing snow, level 2 snow emergency, meaning if you don't have to travel, please don't. And if you do, give yourself plenty of time to dust off of your car, because if you're traveling and all of that snow's on top, it's going to hit the driver behind you. Isabel, how's Ohio City looking out there?
Good morning, Lindsay. Ohio City also looking pretty blustery. I hope it's coming across just how windy it is here with the snow just whipping across. I wanted to do a little demonstration for you to show you just how much the wind is impacting road visibility here. So going to take my little shovel. I'm just going to go ahead here. Clear a little patch. A minute, 30 seconds. We're going to go back and check, just see how covered that is. But this morning we are on Detroit Avenue here, right off of West 45th in Ohio City. And it has been pretty windy. You can barely see the road at this point. We know it has been plowed because the snow is more compact than other places in these residential neighborhoods, which have not been plowed, but still pretty hard to see. We also know that a lot of cars have been zipping through here. Please take it slowly this morning. There are about 290 crews, ODOT says, across Northeast Ohio working hard, about 60 of them here in Cuyahoga County. And they're also telling me they plow from right to left. So expect in some places just one lane of potential visibility. And of course, if the snow is falling, then it will not be clear on the roads yet. They're not going to be able to clear everything until it stops snowing. But let's go back to my little patch here. Promised you we'd fill it in here. And look at that snow already coming and covering it. You can no longer see the bare asphalt underneath. That's just how quickly the conditions out here are whipping. So do be safe on the roads this morning.
Yeah, good visual there, Isabel. All right, thank you for that. No, it's not easy out there this morning. And again, as you had mentioned, please be safe if you are driving in these conditions this morning. And our coverage will continue throughout the morning. And while there is no school today, some activities across the region are being canceled due to the snow. Get iAlert closings and delays sent to your phone by texting closings to 216-344-3300. Remember, that is a text, not a phone call.